inspire Uganda. You see this face here every Monday. It's always an edition of Sports Galore. We've already tackled what we had on our local sports, including Uganda's CAF engagements, KCCA, and Vipers, of course, the draw with Vipers and KCCA picking up a win against Agosto from Team Agosto, of course. But we also had results from the Beach Soccer League, what we had on our international sports teams continuing to show form. Chelsea drawing their game against Inform Burnley. But we do have an interview from Honorable Kaloya from Iganga, who has so much interest in football, everything that happens around soccer. And he will tell us about all the other 4 years that he's invested so much in football in his region, but mainly what he's doing for Uganda Youth Football League and the intercities tournaments that we have across the region. Honorable Kaluya, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
What interest? Tell us who you were and how you got interest into supporting Uganda Youth Football League.
Thank you so much. My name is Andrew Kiza Kaluya, Member of Parliament, representing the people of Chiguru South constituency in Iganga district. Yeah, first of all, I must say I'm doing what I do because I love it. I'm a sportsman myself, and my involvement with the Uganda Youth Football League is not by accident. It's out of passion, because it is what I've been doing for a very long time. I've always wanted to be part of soccer in Uganda, and particularly trying to help the youth of Uganda come up I wanted to come up with a strategy whereby I can identify talent and help these children nurture their talent and improve on the way they do things.
You were part of the Parliament team that went to Mombasa.
Oh, yes.
And you were happy to having picked up a gold medal.
Yes.
Of course, you being sportsmanship is in your blood.
Oh, yes, it is.
And you're happy to support the kids that have no privileges whatsoever, that are very underprivileged, and they do not have hope besides going to kick a ball out there every weekend. There was a Saturday's youth league.
Yes.
At Kamocha.
Yes.
And the kids there were happy, but of course you were the sole sponsor of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Like I said, I do this out of passion. It is something that I feel very satisfied whenever I do it. And when I was approached by the organizers of the youth league in Kamocha, and we talked, I felt I should do something for this country. You see, when you get into leadership, it is beyond the area that you represent. It now becomes representing Uganda. So me sponsoring a tournament in Kamocha is part of my, I would say, responsibilities as a Ugandan, to see that Uganda can produce more football players like the Farouk Mias of tomorrow. And it is only when you tap talent from down there.
How have you managed to financially support a football tournament in Iganga for the last 4 years?
The tournaments that I did in Iganga were not at district level. It was actually at constituency level.
Yeah.
And my constituency is just one of the 4 constituencies that make up Iganga. So I did it at constituency level, and I personally financed the tournaments that I was having at that time. And it was tremendous. I used it as a mobilization tool, and also I saw how those boys down there are really very talented, and I got so inspired, I got so touched that I needed to do something about it. So when I got in touch with the Uganda Youth Football League, I just jumped on board immediately, and I've pushed it to Eastern Uganda, because this is something that has been mainly for Kampala, and now as a leader, or as a leader from Eastern Uganda, I felt it was important that we don't only have this in Kampala, but extend it to the other parts of Uganda.
Okay, the intercities Saturday and Sundays league is for under 11s, under 13, under 15, and the under 17. These are venues where the venues and other centers are Nakawa, Police, Kahinda, Chibuli, Children's School, Naweru, Kansanga, KCC, Egrans, Maroons, Luzira, Wankulukuku, Kakiri, Town, Bulamu, Children's Center, Bombo, Kajansi, Entebbe, Town, Katanga. We do have, of course, other dates that we will let you know in this program when the league happens and where. This league is going to go on for the next 3 months. Honorable Kaluya, I do understand that you met a scout that came
called
from
Andy.
Bristol Rovers, that also came here to support the same cause that you are supporting. Where do you think you see the future of Ugandan football?
You know, the future of Ugandan football is very bright, and it only needs someone, or it just needs someone to come up and really do something about it. We have the talent, we just need to tap that talent. All these children, all these boys that are playing football down there don't have anything. They're playing, what can I call it? Those balls made out of banana fibers and stuff like that. So when you expose these boys to better facilities, like the good balls, the shoes, the better pitches, all that, when you expose them to that, that's when you really see that these boys really have talent. So when I met this coach called Andy from Bristol, we talked a lot, and I was so impressed when he told me he had contacts that I want to follow up from Liverpool Football Club, whereby we are supposed to go and meet the top management of Liverpool Football Club to see how best they can give us some kind of donations. And as a member of parliament, this is when I come in. Because if it is going to be a donation and we are trying to promote sport, sport is part of the education ministry. If it is part of the education ministry, that means that every child in Uganda has a right to play football, has a right to run, has a right to swim, has a right to play all the disciplines of sport. So as members of parliament, what are we doing to help these children? What are we doing to help our economy to support sports?
Okay.
So there are very many things that we can move as members of parliament to help improve on the sports in the country. First of all, the sports equipment is very expensive.
Yeah.
If the sports equipment is very expensive, what do we have to do? Secondly, sports need sponsorship. The government alone can't support it. If we are to get sponsors on board, what do we have to do? We need to put incentives in place that can help these sponsors come on board and don't feel the pinch. We can pass laws that can encourage sponsors in such a way that if someone is offering or maybe a financial support to sports, maybe there is a way that URA will look at that one as part of his returns. You know, these are policies that we need to make, and once we do this, we are going to help sports develop in Uganda. We don't want to wait for another 39 years to have the Uganda Cranes going for AFCON. So we really need to follow up on what we have achieved.
Of course.
It's a blessing that we have got it in our generation.
Yes.
And we as young men, we really need to follow it up.
Honorable Kaluya, your last remarks?
Yeah, my last remarks will always go to my people in my constituency, to my family, and to all the sports personalities in this country. I really want to thank you all. We want to pray for one another that we really achieve what we are looking at as a very wild dream. Thank you so much.
Okay, stay tuned to UBC. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have Chibirango Moses, known as Coach Muyitare, but he's also part of Uganda Youth Football League. Stay tuned. We'll take a short break.
Various teams play from the under-17s, and currently we've got the under-11s. 2 girls teams under-11s are playing soon as well, which is good. We've had the opening ceremony, so had the trophies and everything that will be won at the end of the league, at the end of the season. It's been a really good day. Been part of the project for 2 weeks now. Done some of the coaching for the top players that were selected from the Intercities tournament. Watched a couple of friendlies. Maroons have now signed 3 of our players from the tournament, so they're now playing for a professional club, which is great. Yeah, it's just been an amazing experience. We've been to some of the families of the players as well to check they're on board, and they're very happy. I personally have now sponsored a player to go back to school so he can continue with the project, because part of the project they have to be having an education to be involved with it, which is great. we're also empowering them to try and start their own businesses. So we're not just focusing on the football, we're focusing on the wide range of issues with their education, spirituality, and everything else. But it's a great project. I'm still looking for sponsors to get on board so we can really help with the funding. But we have had some donations which has provided the footballs and everything, but it'd be great if more sponsors could get on board. Our main sponsors, Airlight, is doing a great job still, and you can see their advertising around. But it's been a really good day, and so I'm really looking forward for the Saturday and Sunday leagues to continue. Thank you.
Youth football project, football league for the Uganda under 17, and I'm a medical student from the Netherlands. And before they started to play, I did the medical checkups. So I looked at, listened to the heart sounds and the breath sounds to get an estimation of the capacity of the lung and if there would be any abnormalities to the heart. Luckily, I didn't find any, so it's a good thing that the children can go play on the field, being very healthy, so they can.
Well, that was some of the activity that happened over the weekend in Kamocha. The Sunday and Saturday league for the Intercities tournament was flagged off on Saturday. Under 11s, under 13, under 15, and under 17. Here with me to discuss that and so much is Chibirango Moses, known as Coach Muyitare. I don't know why you call yourself that, but of course we have a few minutes. We have about 7 minutes to sum up what happened on Saturday. It was a good initiative. You have sponsors on board that other people have not gotten an opportunity to get. Honorable Kaluya, who sponsored the Sunday and Saturday league with the trophies and everything. You have Andy, who came from Scotland, who came from Bristol. He went back today. And of course, Elite agency company that has helped since the beginning of all this. But take us through what happened on Saturday and Sunday.
Thanks so much, Alice, and thank UBC for this opportunity. First of all, I need to thank the Honorable Andrew because it's not a politician, but somebody who loves sports. You remember that this time you can't get a politician coming to give something because it's not time for campaigns. Campaigns are finished. Yeah. But I thank him so much for the trophies he donated. But also the Eastern region because they have sponsored the Eastern region. That is Iganga, Jinja, Kamuli. Actually, we have about 15 centers in those areas. We went there last time with Andy to see the grassroots, to see the formation, to set up everything. And then next Sunday we shall be going to Iganga to launch the Saturday and Sunday leagues.
Those are some of the kids on the screen that we're getting a medical from Lucas.
Yeah. That is Lucas, Henry Lucas. He's a medical student. He's here to help the project. Before they start playing, we have to check them, their status about the heart, the lungs, heartbeat, and it was good. Actually, what we are doing as Uganda Football League, we are doing what we call Saturday and Sunday leagues. So these centers, you mentioned them. Kamocha was the launching day, Saturday.
And then you had Nabweru.
We went to Nabweru on Sunday, and then this Saturday we are going to Entebbe. The main town is Entebbe town. Actually, Coach Mustafa, the Coach Tamale area, they also now saying we need to be the first again after these people. Now we shall have Kawempe, where we shall go to Maganjo as well. Then the other Sunday we shall go to Iganga and Jinja, to Honorable's Andrew's area, and the Kamuli, would interest the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Kadaga, come and also launch that. So we are trying to get everyone on board so that it's a community initiative. It's football in the community. So if we interest everyone to be part of this, we can get so many sponsors coming. For example, we are interesting other sponsors on board. But we have Liverpool, who is the big, say, because if you get the equipment, for example, in the community football, we just need balls, bibs and cones. and then maybe some refreshments, or but if we get the equipment, then that means we have a starting point. So we're doing interested to speak of Parliament and government to waive taxes for all this equipment which is going to come from Liverpool.
Something that hasn't happened with FUFA stabilizing the under-17s league.
Yeah.
But you're doing this across the region.
Yeah.
And you have kids playing every Saturday and Sunday in different regions of this country. How do you manage financially to support all this?
What we are doing, we are working with what we call communities. So what we call local communities, like actually our plan was to interest the mayors of the towns, so the mayors can sponsor their teams, because most of these people, for example, they are politicians, so they either go through elections or they are appointed by president, but in their manifesto, when you check them, there is sports. So we are going to develop football. We are going to actually have one saying I will not forget about the Honorable the Vice President, Edward Sekandi. When I was in Dubai, I used to watch a lot of campaigns. He said that the people of Masaka and Karungu, they are very happy because all the boys who are playing football is going to link them to Manchester. So this is a platform for Honorable His Excellency Speaker, the Vice President, Edward Sekandi, to come and see the dream, his dream coming true. Because we have a link already with Liverpool, and us, you know. So we hope that we need to have Masaka launched. Actually, want to him to sponsor Masaka region, and then we can have the Saturday and Sunday league going on.
Okay, your last remarks?
I just call upon the teams to go to those nearest centers because the centers are in Kamocha, Nakawa, Kawempe, all the centers are there. If you don't know the center, just call us on 0701 81 5256. 0701 81 5256. That's my number. Then I can link you to the center. So thanks so much to this again, and thanks so much to Alice for hosting us every time, and then Uthman for all the work you're doing for the project.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. So
Moses Chivirango, thank you so much. This is an edition of Sports Galore. We are ending it right here, but next weekend there will be a lot more stories on our international and local sports. I'd like to say thank you to the producer of the show, Othman Sempebo, executive producer and director Dean Chibirige. You, the viewers that watch UBC every Monday, to make sure that you're here with us as the viewers of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation and Sports Galore mainly. Thank you so much for being here with us. The Champions League is always here every Wednesday, Europa on a Thursday, Spanish La Liga on a Saturday. Thank you.
Oh my goodness! To cap it off, a thing of beauty.